Thank you. Now we move forward to a moment of honor and gratitude, the felicitation of our esteemed dignitaries and continued support to this conference and the broader cause of sustainable development. May I request our volunteers to kindly come forward with a token of appreciation. May I request Professor T.H. Gomati Devi, the co-convener of this conference, to felicitate Professor N. Lokendra Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University, who is also our esteemed chief guest of today's conference. Sir is a visionary academician and a pillar of leadership and has been instrumental in fostering diversity, meaningful change across the institute. Okay. Thank you, Madam. May I request Dr. S. Somakanta, co-convener, to felicitate Dr. T.H. Doubly, Chairman and Managing Director, Babina Group of Companies. The volunteers. Dr. T.H. Doubly Singh is a distinguished entrepreneur and a visionary whose contributions span across healthcare, diagnostics, and fine hospitality, significantly shaping the region's medical services and premium hotel industry with excellence and innovation. Sir, thank you for being with us. Sir, Dr. Somakanta, please felicitate Shri Ranjan Kumar Singh Khaidam, President of PIMSA and Head of the Regulatory Effectiveness Assessment Section at AERB, Mumbai. Sir is a dynamic leader and dedicated scientist steering collaborative efforts for societal impact through science and regulation. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Thank you, Dr. Somakanta. Thank you. May I now invite Professor Tungindra Singh, the Organizing Secretary, to felicitate Dr. Subindra Singh Puyam, who is the Chief Scientist and Professor at the Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research, CSIR, Central Salt and Marine Chemicals Research Institute, Bhatnagar, Gujarat. He is a distinguished researcher whose work continues to advance the frontiers of science and innovation in sustainable development. Next, Director, Mastic Science and Technology Complex. Sir and pivotal in promoting scientific temperament in the region. Now, we request you to felicitate Professor M. Damayanti Devi, Dean, School of Agricultural Science, and also the convener of this conference. Her dedication, leadership, and tireless coordination have been central to making this event a meaningful and impactful gathering. Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Professor Vaidyanathan Singh. Sirs and Madam, thank you all for inspiring presence and for being a part of this important initiative. To invoke knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment, we begin this auspicious event with the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. May I request our dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. Thank you, esteemed dignitaries. May I now invite Professor M. Damayanti Devi, Dean, School of Agricultural Science, Manipur University, and also the convener of this conference to deliver the welcome address. Madam, please.
Good morning to everyone. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, am privileged to welcome you all. Respected Chief Guest, Professor N. Lokendra Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University. Respected Guest of Honor, Professor W. Sanbabu Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dhanmanjari University. Respected Guest of Honor, Dr. Palin, the Chairman and Managing Director, Caesar Hospital and the Research Institute, and Dr. Tej W. Singh, Chairman and Managing Director, Babina Healthcare and Hospitality Industry Private Limited, and a respected guest of honor, Dr. Ranjan Kumar Singh, former head Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, Mumbai. Presently, sir is shifted to Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, Kolkata, and he is also the president of PIMSA. And Dr. Subindro, Chief Scientist, CSR, Gujarat, and Dr. Rakesh, Director, MASEC, and a respected Registrar TSB Noy, all the respected distinguished keynote speakers, Dr. Professor Murthy, all the invitees, all members of PIMSA, MASTEC, respected deans of different schools, ISODs of different departments of Manipur University, learned faculty members, all the participants, students, media persons, ladies and gentlemen. I express my heartfelt gratitude to all the financial sponsors for this conference. The idea behind this conference is to provide a platform for meaningful interactions and knowledge sharing among scientists, academicians, researchers, social scientists, engineers, medical practitioners, and the students from various fields across India and Manipur. This conference will develop an awareness about career opportunities in multiple fields, facilitate interactions with delegates to explore potential collaborations and provide valuable guidance that will benefit the people of this region as a whole. This conference will motivate our children, students, for their future career. The conference has 5 themes. The first one is the water sustainability. Under this theme, the experts will deliver lectures on water management, purification, reuse of wastewater, conservation of groundwater. Next theme is the environment and the climate change. In this theme, we'll discuss about the mitigation of the climate change, forest conservation, ecosystem, restoration and heritage preservation. And the third theme, use of green energy and renewable energy in transport system will be discussed in the third theme. In the fourth theme, agriculture and the food. Under this theme, sustainable farming, food security, biodiversity, bioremediation, livelihood development will be discussed under this theme. And the fifth theme is the health and well-being. Under this theme, many issues related with the health and also application of the radiations for treatment of cancer, and also awareness about the rules and the regulation of using radioactive isotopes. It is also very much important. And so on, many things will be discussed in this conference. And please enjoy the deliberations from the resource persons. And with these few words, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome of this august gathering. Moving ahead, may I now invite Sri Ranjan Kumar Singh Khaidem, President, PEN India, Manipuri Meitei Scientists and Academicians Association, for his keynote address. Sir, we are glad to know that Madam Juringla has joined us. Yeah. We would like to welcome and felicitate Madam. Madam, please join us on the dais. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Damayanti. Respected chief guest of today's function, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Manipur University, Oja Lokendra, And guest of honor of today's functions, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dhannamanjari University, Udasan Babu, and Madam Juringla, IAS, Secretary to the Department of Science and Technology, Government of Manipur, and two great personalities of our state, and I would rather to call them as the true sons of the soil. Our beloved two brothers, Dr. Tamod Davali and Dr. Palin. In fact, they are the largest private job creators in our states. And Oja Subindro, Vice President PIMSA, Oja Rakesh, Director Mastek, and Oja Damayanti, convener of today's conference. Invited speakers, particularly Dr. Murthy, who has come all the way from Delhi, and faculties of Manipur universities, colleges, and participants of this conference, and particularly our target audience, the research scholars and students, young students who have come over here from different colleges and the different schools of the state. Ladies and gentlemen, and finally, my dear brothers and sisters of PIMSA family. Normally, I don't give my address by reading written speech, but today you have to excuse me because of the time restriction, as well as I don't want to miss out many important points. So I will be giving my address, partly reading my written speech. Myself, as the honorary president of the Pan India Manipuri Meitei Scientists and Academics and Associations, which is known as PIMSA, want to say that in fact today is a great day for all of us. Because we are able to organize such an important function. Probably it is the first time in our country where the science and social science blend together to discuss about what sustainable development can be brought to our state for the first time in the history of the country. In fact, it is a great privilege and honor for me also to be standing here as an ex-student of this beautiful and magnificent university. I passed out my MSc degree from this university from physics department in 1991. And after that I moved for my further career to Mumbai, and I'm working in a scientific organization, Government of India based in Mumbai. Now, let me share a few words about the PIMSA. Ladies and gentlemen, PIMSA was formed exactly 2 years ago from today, when our state was plunged into an unprecedented humanity crisis starting from May 3rd, 2023. We Manipuris, particularly working and residing outside the state, we decided to do something for our fellow Manipuris who are staying in a very horrific and terrible conditions in the relief camps scattered across different parts of the state. We send everything possible in terms of food material, warm clothes, and particularly for students, we send out books, stationery items, shoes, school bags, etc. Not only from PIMSA, our members in the PIMSA have their own network also, which are scattered across the country. And through them also, we send many possible ways, whatever we could do, though we are staying far away from our motherland Manipur. And in fact, not only that, we did a lot of financial help to those students studying outside the state. And at that point of time, their parents were staying in the relief camps and they were not in a position to continue the financing their studies. So many of the students who are just going to appear their semester exam, we provided financial assistance for the semester exam as well as for the hostel fees. And that is how we could help for that immediate needs. Now, that was the beginning of our PIMSA life. Then we thought of how we can help our sisters, mothers staying in the relief camps in a sustainable way. Then the idea of sustainable livelihood mission, what we call SLM, came into picture. And under this mission, we provide wooden weaving machines, what we call Fisakon or local language. And we not only the Fisakons, what we provide, we give the financial support for the first cycle, including all the accessories required as well as raw material to start their production. So it's a kind of circular economy model, what we can say. Right now, around 18 Fisakons are being provided at different relief camps, working, and some of those, our beneficiaries, our sisters have come over here today, and also we are going to honor them, and they have displayed their products outside this hall. And if you are interested, you can have a visit to them and have a kind of encouragement to them, how we can transform their life in a very economically sustainable manner. Now the question comes, from where this money is coming? You will be surprised to know that we don't have any source of fund. We don't have any fund, we don't have anything from the government. Because all of us, more than 90% we are government employees, particularly the government of India. So our main source of fund is, we contribute some small fixed amount every month from our salary. Some senior members, they contribute more, some junior members, they contribute less. That is the main source of our fund. Not only this, when we try to organize some donors, particularly from among the non-Manipuris, our office colleagues, and other friend circle from time to time when the need arises. And one thing what we want to tell you that we work with a pure and open mind, with an honest mind, and we believe in our motto, we rise by lifting others. In fact, we don't work for fame, power, money or credit. We work and we will work towards the upliftment of our poor and particularly youth, students and women. In this direction, we have started since last year our Community Resilience Educational Financial Support, what is called CREPS Awards. Under this award scheme, we honor and encourage those students who score highest marks in class 10 and 12 exams among the IDP students, not from the general stream. And as a token of our love and affection, recognizing their hard works, and though they are staying in a very living a difficult life, staying in their relief camps. And today also we are going to honor some students who have scored the highest mark in their class 10 and 12 exam conducted recently by the Board of Secondary Education Manipur. Another area what we do is, we promote academic activities. We organize regularly talk series on various topics, on social science, science and career issues. And these talk series are given by the many experts, not necessarily from our PIMSA family. And our talks are open to all. We have our own YouTube channels, we have our websites, we have our Twitter account, and that is the medium through which we communicate with the public. Their audience, the uniqueness and the one very great strength of PIMSA is, we members of PIMSA work almost in every scientific departments of the government of India, like Department of Space, Department of Atomic Energy, Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, Geological Survey of India, almost all major labs of CSIR, DRDO, Central Groundwater Board, and many central universities and many reputed private deemed universities. And not only that, we don't confine our activities to only science. We make inclusion of the social science as one of the major activities in our organizations. So we don't distinguish between science and social science. All are we treat as par, and they're all called as a scientist. And in fact, how this conference was conceptualized and what we expect from this conference, that will be showing. explained by our Vice President, Dr. Subindra. Dear friend, as I told you in the beginning, PIMSA is a family. We don't take it as an association or organizations. And we call among ourselves as a Tamo Ise. And most of us, the PIMSA members, come from a very humble, poor family background. And we have struggled a lot to achieve what our career goal what we have today. So this is my sincere appeal to all the young students that what we have achieved today is not a very simple process. It was a long struggle done by us. So probably you as a young students, life is not a bed of roses. There is no shortcut for success. You have to struggle because today the competition in our country is so harsh. And we as a small lonely state in the northeastern part of India, when we have to compete with the mainstream India, we have to work 2 times more compared to the other states. Because the facilities what has been available to other states and what we have today, there's a big difference. But you should not get disappointed. So in this direction, we already published one biographies of all the members of PIMSA, which was inaugurated, published in January 2025. And definitely if you read the life series of the members of PIMSA, probably you get many inspiration from about the life series of these PIMSA members. I take this opportunity to you all, particularly the faculties of Manipur University, colleges, and scientists working under the state government to join PIMSA, and we can work together and do wonders. I am sure one day probably we will be able to bring back the past glory of our motherland, Sanalebak Manipur. And with these few words, I conclude my address. Jai Hind, Jai Manipur. Thank you once more.
For keynote address and for setting the tone for the conference so meaningfully. We also are glad to know that you are an alumnus of this very university. Thank you, sir, for also highlighting the underlying ideas, objectives and activities of PIMSA and also the CREF awards. Thank you so much. Now, may I invite Dr. Shavindra Singh Puyam, who is the Chief Scientist and Professor at the Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research, CSIR, Central Salt and Marine Chemical Research Institute, Bhavnagar, Gujarat, to brief on the genesis of the conference. Sir, please.
Very good morning to all of you present here. I'm after the very advisory and knowledge and secret feeling. I'm invitees. It's my absolute pleasure. In fact, thank you for coming here to see such a wonderful crowd of many young students, scholars, young faculty, colleagues, senior colleagues, and invitees. In particular, I'd like to give my appreciation to IDP students who passed out this year, last year in 12 exams with flying color. I am going to honor them for their great hard work and in this difficult conditions. They are excelling in the education. And also I would like to give my thanks to the hard-working SLM Sustainable Livelihood who recent movement leader, these all IDP leaders, by living with dignity, self-sustainable, by working on the rooms donated by the Parliamentary Committee, Scientists, Academics, and Association. I'd like to give my personal thanks as well. We are also very fortunate today that Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University, Professor Local President, is blessing us the chief guest for today's inaugural function. Thank you, sir. And many distinguished eminent personalities in the dais as the guest of honors. Professor Dr. Sam Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Delhi University. Madam Kengu Zurinda, IAS, she is a Secretary, Science and Technology, Government of Manipur. She is also Member Secretary, Manipur Science and Technology Council. Dr. K. Spani, she is yet to arrive, Chairman, Managing Director of Caesar Hospital and Research Institute. And finally, Dr. P.S.W. Singh, Chairman, Managing Director of Government Clinics, and all my colleagues, co-organizers from Manipur University, from our President, Pinsa Ranjan, and Director, Master Therapist. Thank you all. The objective of this first national conference is to bring all, I mean, technological breakthroughs, fundamental scientific knowledge, humanities, very important, social sciences, to bring together in a single platform, to make public aware that education is the core strength for any society, scientific, technological, or even cultural developments. So we are extremely glad in this regard to collaborate with very helpful, thankful to Manipur University staff and students, Vice Chancellor specifically for engaging in this gala event. I would say 3 days conference. And we are going to listen to various panel discussions. Yes, I will be briefing about that. We are very thankful to Master President for this collaboration. I hope with this we will bring values and we will be more united, bring to closeness with the feeling of togetherness for society as a whole, for the better growth. Aduna, I have been to be united, we succeed. Upon the let me just give you a bit of genesis how this conference is evolved in the last 6 months. Since we are lucky, in fact, to meet Manipur Science and Technology officials at International Science Festival, which was organized at IIT Guwahati back in 2024. It's end of November and continued to 3rd December. It was a gala event and huge gathering. So former Secretary, respected Mr. Worsing and former Director John Military is here, and then acting now Director Dr. Rakesh and other officers. We were able to have initial brainstorming that we as a Manipuri society, we have to be united, we have to be helping each other, and that's the first brainstorming session we have besides attending this IISF meeting held at IIT Guwahati. In fact, IIT function, IISF, that was the 10th edition. It initially started from IIT Delhi. It was the first edition was in IIT Delhi in 2015, and the 10th edition was in IIT Guwahati. And that is first time, most important, it was the first time in Northeast India. 7,000 delegates and 45,000 people attended. It's a big festival. It was inaugurated by our Honorable Science Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh, in presence of August presence of Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Hemant Sharma, and our own, I belong to CSI, I come from CSI, also scientific investor research. Our Director General, Madam Kalaisavi, and she is also Secretary of Department of Scientific and Research. Big gathering, but unfortunately, I would say we missed us. It's a big gathering, and we do not see except few officers from market, no representation from faculty, universities, and colleges. There's a kind of feeling. There was a time when we seriously thought we should collaborate and organize such event in Manipur to make young minds take interest in science education for overall development. And today we begin the first step by organizing this first national conference on together unitedly with the Master inside the University staff and students. This first national conference on role of Techno-Science and social science, by bringing together technologists, scientists, academicians, social scientists, sustainable development goal. So let me brief you, only Dr. Miller has briefed you about the conference programs, so I will be specific without repeating what CS already conveyed. On the first day, we had the keynote speaker, Professor J.S. Moti, fly down from Delhi. He's a national coordinator of Indian knowledge system. Very important nowadays, this will be discussing about with the traditional knowledge, many things can be received, not just scientific knowledge. So he will be giving this first day keynote lecture. And followed by our very senior is scientist G, scientist Dr. Gunadhar Singh Gokram. In fact, he is a man of vigilance. He suffered from cancer, nasopharyngeal cancer. So he will speak about his experience cancer and yoga. And on that day, first we have we have panel discussions on water problems in Manipur. So we have we have this user is getting used rainfall, and but we don't have drinking water. And so we will be discussing about this. We will talk about cutting edge technologies to treat this water, and we will talk about this groundwater potentials in Manipur. And also we are talking about this situation water management. We have a lot of water, but we don't have drinking water. And you can see even I happen to listen to the guests saying the guest house and getting tankers is coming in the drinking water. It is even at this point of time, university doesn't have the consistent water supply, so they rely on the water tanker. So it's quite I would say disappointing as a state as a whole. When you have plenty of water, rainfall, you have a lot of water in ground, but we are not able to provide drinking water. So these things, this traditional water management, this water you know, the water catchment and how we can sustain. So on this front, we will have the panel session and we will have live introduction in the audience. And on this first day also we have two sessions on the traditional fruits, which is edible flowers and value addition. So there will be 6 presentations in this session, and also there will be 7 other presentations in another session on nature, environment, and climate. On day 2, we have a keynote lecture from Sri Pradeep Anzoram. He's the editor in front of you of Arts and Politics. He will talk about the Indo-Myanmar relations. And followed by a panel discussion which is very important on the radiation and the marine physics technology. As you know, this nowadays we have in our society, especially Metis society, we have embracing a lot of keynote speakers, and we know now all Metis DNA carries some cancer giving gene. You know, this has to be very noted. And I will be suggested by this director, Dr. G.S. Moyan, he also will be talking about that. So we have issues. You can see a lot of increasing cancer patients in Manipur. So there is definitely this session. So we will talk about how radiation can be used to treat cancer and how you can manage cancer. Even when you have the disease, carrying the disease precautions well in advance, there is no problem. So it's highly recommended to have the testing. For even though you don't have now, it's not showing the cancer symptoms, but then also it is advisable to have a test because multiple genes is carrying the cancer gene. Right. So this kind of panel will be discussing, and at the same time we also discuss about the safe use of this ionizing radiation. You know, radiation is harmful. Last day we have this panel free. Last day, no, the panel. Day two we have another panel on this computer science, space technology, hydrogen, and autonomous vehicle. Like we will talk about the future technology and sustainability, socio-economic security by space technology. So those are the sessions that sort of time I just restrict to my speech in another 1 minute. In the panel 3, we will be talking about this. Very important for the modern technology, it's futuristic. So I request all the young researchers to take interest in this panel. And we will have in that after that on second day we have another sessions on few sessions on the technologies, and last day on another panel on agriculture and food. It's very important where we talk about the bio-resource perspectives. Because our vision is known as biotechnology hospital. Agricultural challenges and fermentation food benefits, health benefits. So those are the sessions we keep in the day 3 panel. Health and well-being also will be covered in the final day of the conference. So once again I thank you all for coming here and for engaging in this very interactive. And lastly, I like to say that this conference is not very specialized field kind of discussion. So we are requesting all the speakers to make it simple so that even graduate students can know. So with this, I thank you all and
Thank you, sir, for briefly placing the genesis of this conference in this August gathering. So we would also like to put on record that moving forward, we have the release of souvenir, that is the book of conference extracts. And I invite the dignitaries on the dais to do the honors. Sir, ma'am, the souvenirs are placed on the table in front of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the abstract book contains a total of 80 abstracts, including 14 notes, 4 embodied lectures, 34 oral presentations, and 23 poster presentations from scholars all over the country. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, esteemed dignitaries, for doing the honor of releasing the souvenir of the conference. Now, we move to a very special part of today's inaugural function, the PIMSA Crafts Award ceremony. The Crafts Award, which is a short for Community, Resilient, Education and Financial Support. To give us a brief introduction to the Craft Awards, their vision, purpose, significance, I now invite Dr. Layanapam Robindra to kindly take the stage and share a few words. Please, sir.
First of all, Honorable BC Manipur University, Professor Surendra, BC Gyan University, Professor Chandra Babu, Madam Zarina, and all the other respected and the distinguished members on the dais, and respected invited speakers, distinguished invitees, students and friends and colleagues. Today I would like to brief you about the CREF Award, the Community Resilience Education Financial Support, how it had, what is our vision. So this CREF Award, basically it originated from our collective idea after our gathering and having online meetings and brainstorming consecutively in last 2023. So this award originated basically from helping the deprived IDP students who are studying outside Manipur. And all of a sudden, because of the crisis, these students financial support from their family, because their family has been displaced, burned down because of the crisis. So some of the students, they were in a very deprived condition. They were in the middle of the semester, at the end of the semester, and just before appearing the exam, they found one day without any financial support. So their hard work was going to, in vain. So to help them, we stepped in. We as intellectual and the, the people of Manipur, and we are staying outside. We connected to them and through our platform, through PIMSA. Then we call them online, listen to their stories, testimonies, then understand their problem. Then like that we help some of the examples are one student from Bangalore. She was studying nursing, and she was at the end of the semester and going to face the final exam. So she has to clear the fees, which is very expensive, and it was quite a lot of amount. And without clearing these fees, she could not face the and she could not appear the final exam. So you can imagine that without paying the that kind of fees, her career could have been ruined, and she could not appear the final exam. And then her hard work for last 3-4 years could have been in vain. And so that is one example, and another students, I'm not taking their names, and due to the security reason or due to without their consent. So one student from Mumbai, and the same situation, this student was in the final year MSc, so the same way we help it, and one student from Chandigarh. Like this, so many stories we help, and apart from this, during the crisis, these students were displaced and they are stationed in relief camps. So we distributed so many stationery items for students, including books, shoes, school bags, and all the stationery items, pens, pencils, whatever we could. And we mobilized our resource, that our network of friends, and collected all these funds and mobilize this material and make them reach to the students. And then, the purpose of this CREP award is giving a motivation and the hope through this award to the students who are deprived of such situation and who are brilliant. And because we believe in education, because education is the only way forward for the students to make bearers and pillars of our state. And whatever we could, being in education sector, and the education being our pillar for our career, so we wanted to help the needy students through this award. And through this award, we are going to award 4 winners, those who secure highest marks among the ITPs. Among the class 10 applicants, there is one winner among the class 10 board exam. Then there are 3 winners from the class 12 science, class 12 arts, and class 12 commerce. Unfortunately, there was no applicant for the class 12 commerce. I don't know what is the reason. So we are going to award the 3 winners, basically one winner from the class 10 and the class 12 science and the class 12 arts. This is the an idea, and this year we received around 43 applicants from the students. All the 43 applicants we are going to motivate through a very simple token of love and a token of care and the encouragement, and we are going to give them a certificate plus a small amount of cash as a token of our love and care. And these 3 winners will be awarded with 10,000 rupees each, plus 1 citation, plus 1 certificate. And then when you go out of this auditorium, you will be given a small healthcare kit from our PIMSA side. So all the students will be receiving this kit, and the students who are not winner, the applicants will be awarded with 1 certificate, rupees 500 rupees. They will just take care of their transport, the expenses for coming here. So this is what we can do it together from our PIMSA's corpus money that we have donated from our own pocket. And with this, I would like to say that to the students especially, education is the only key for you to lead your life, a better life, a comfort life. This is the only key. When you have a very brilliant academic record, and please don't get bogged down and don't get demotivated. And we are there for you always, and we will connect you to the appropriate schemes. And the government schemes are also there, private schemes, the trust schemes are there. We will connect you, and PIMSA will stand for you. If you are a brilliant student, we are stand for you. This is the message we like to give you. With this, I conclude here, and thank you one and all, and thank you MU team, and thank you Professor Lokendra. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to the presentation of Krebs Award. May I now call upon the stage the winners of Krebs Award, Sri Rakesh Raisram, Soibam Rima Channu, and Athopam Vinita Channu. I now request Professor N. Manipur University and chief guest of today's function to honor the awardees. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Rakesh Rotssstls, who scored 88.63% in Class 10 conducted by Board of Secondary Education, Manipur. He is a student of quantitative. The award carries a cash prize of 10,000, a certificate, and a memento. Congratulations, Rakesh. Thank you and all the best, Rakesh. Next we have Soibam Rima Chanu, winner of first award, Class 12 Arts. She passed out with flying colors with a whopping 92.20% from the Government Navodaya Vidyalaya, Chennai. She is also awarded a cash prize of 10,000 along with certificate and memento. Thank you, Vinita, Rima, and best wishes to you. Next, we have Ms. Apopam Vinita Chanu, who passed our Class 12 Science conducted by Council of Higher Secondary Education, Manipur, with 84.60%. She is also awarded a cash prize of 10,000 along with a certificate and a memento. And thank you, sir, for doing the honors.
Congratulations to all the awardees and also a very big thank you to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Proceeding, may I now invite Professor John Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Namajur University, Imphal, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Respected dignitaries of the dais, Professor and Rotssstls Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, is the guest of today's program. Srimati Kengu Linga, IAS Secretary, Science and Technology, Government of Manipur, at today's program. Dr. T.H.W. Singh, Chairman and Managing Director of the Group of Companies Imphal, and guest of honor, Dr. K. Chairman and Managing Director of the Hospital and Research Institution, and guest of honor, Dr. Sobindra Singh Puyam, Chief Scientist and Professor, Academy of Science and Innovative Research, CSIR, Center Salt and Chemical Research Institution, Bhavnagar, Gujarat. Guest of honor of this program, Sri Ranjan Kumar Singh Khaidem, President, Pan India Manipuri Meitei Scientists and Academicians Association, and the co-organizer of this event. Professor M. Damayanti Devi, Dean School of Agricultural Sciences, Manipur University, and President of this inaugural function. Dr. K.S. Rakesh, Director, Master, Science and Technology Complex, Final Path, and guest of honor of the dais, all the learned professors, deans, directors, IPs, officers, all the esteemed guests and scholars and faculty members of our university and from other universities across the country. Wish you a very good morning. In fact, it is a great honor and privilege to be part of this first national conference on the role of techno-science and social science in transforming life and society towards achieving sustainable development while trying to achieve the sustainable development goal of the world, which is targeted to fulfill all the 17 sustainable development goals by 2030. We know Sustainable Development Goal, which was adopted by the United Nations in the year 2015. We have been trying since then to achieve these 2030 targets, protect the planet, ensure peace and prosperity for all living on this planet. Achieving these goals, in fact, require a deep integration of techno-scientific innovation and social understanding, bringing knowledge systems together, engaging communities, transforming policies into practices. This conference core themes: water sustainability, environment and climate change, green energy and transport, agriculture and food, health and well-being are not isolated challenges. In fact, if we resolve one problem, then it helps in resolving all other related problems. And all this is happening in sustainable, segregate these 17 goals. And the solutions in one sphere influence outcome to another. This is what we have seen altogether. For instance, the future of agriculture hinges on water availability, clean energy impact health outcomes, climate action safeguards both biodiversity and livelihoods. And that way, the things are coordinated so intricately. And then let me say this clearly: sustainability today is not a scientific concern or an environmental obligation. It is in fact a moral imperative, an economic necessity, and above all, a shared kind of social responsibility and ethical policies for all of us. Techno-science, we know, with its innovation in clean energy, climate resilient agricultural practices, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, gives us a powerful tool. But on the other hand, take an example of social science on the other hand, let us understand very well all about behavioral aspect, inclusive policies and practices, challenging structural inequalities, and cultivate human values in all these perspectives. And these are processes only. And so these two things, scientific innovation and techno-science on one side, on the other hand, from the perspective of the social sciences, we can also segregate in itself. Techno-science and its development, on the other hand, is the outcome of human brain. And how to manage and generalize and control the human brain itself is an issue of the social science and humanities. So, the more we want to enhance in the field of techno-science and its related innovation, the more we are going to focus on generalizing our own human minds. And so, these two things we can never be able to segregate. But tools without insight can be misused. Insight without a tool may remain important. So, it is from that perspective, you just kind of imagine the kind of interconnections between these two things. So together, they empower us to innovate, not just to market, but for people and planet. So, techno-science, population and health, social structure, politics, culture, economy, human genetic inheritance, individual differences, non-human environment are all required to integrate well for achieving the sustainable development goal and its targets by 2030. And these goals are also simple goals. These are just for the welfare of the human society, not only for the present generation, but for our future generations. So these targets are really, on the other hand, very, very stressful. Must lead in the whole process of this transformation. We must become incubators of not only knowledge but also our actions and ethical standards. As a researcher, as a teacher, as a student, let us ask ourselves, are our innovations inclusive? Are our policies equitable? Are our actions aligned with the world as we wish to create? Are our education system right enough for achieving the sustainable development goal and its targets? Are we responsible enough as an educator, as a citizen, as an educational and institutional administrator for aligning all these things and integrating all these things and for achieving the targets of Sustainable Development Goal by 2030. So let this conference, in fact, not only serve as an academic gathering, but at the same time, I also think that this gathering will play as a catalyst for cross-sectional collaborations for achieving the Sustainable Development Goal and its targets. Let it be a space where scientific breakthrough meet grassroots wisdom and where policies informed by both data and life experiences. And I'm confident that this conference will definitely integrate all these perspectives and achieve a partnership between the laboratory and the field, between data and dialogues, and between humanity and compassion. And in conclusion, I urge each one of us to be a member of this particular conference and this initiative, and let's work together and let us protect our future and let us make our planet a livable planet for the present generation as well as for our future generations. I wish the conference a grand success and I thank the organizer for promoting me in this beautiful conference and being a part of this conference and share some of my valuable ideas. Thank you. Wish you a grand success.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful address. Sir, you have Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations and the need to channelize our resources to bring sustainable solutions in every role we play at every stage of life. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we now resume the prize distribution ceremony. I would like to call upon the winners of consolation prizes of Krebs Awards on the stage. And to do the honors, I invite Professor W. Chan Babu Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dhannamanjari University. So as I call upon the names, please be on the stage. Thiam Mahesh Mehtai. Let us give a big round of applause to these young achievers. Thiam Mahesh Mehtai, he is awarded a certificate and a cash prize of ₹500. Lakishan Konsam. Lakishan Konsam. Chingren Sana Awardam. Ongbam Milan Maitai. Next, Mr. Aisham. Let us all encourage our young achievers with a huge round of applause. Mr. Aisham. Library in Huzza. Next, Nandita Bhatta. Next, Nandita Bhatta. Mr. Sapam Sophia. Sapam Sophia. Yumna Abu Singh. Nito Kauzam Tarun. Nito Kauzam Deepika Chanu. Enzo Yuyan. Yumna Gurbasin. Wandam Diya. Mayengam Raucha. Thank you, sir. I now invite Dr. T.H. Singh, Chairman and Managing Director, Domina Group of Companies, Impal, to give away other prizes. Salam Chandrata. Nikauzam Silpurga. Pradhan Malemanda. Pradhan Malemanda. Next, Vishnu Nitoy. Vishnu Nitoy. Next, Nandita Bhatta. Next, we have Munkumar Saya Chanu. Next, we have Akram Kunjunandi. Akram Kunjunandi. Next, we have Pradhan Rajsham Chandran. Rajsham Chandran. Anom Mankar Chanu. Thank you, sir. Thank you for doing the honors. Next, I would like to invite Madam K. Durila, IAS, Secretary, Science and Technology, Government of Manipur, and Member Secretary, Master, to give away the prizes to our winners. May I call upon Ajay Sagar Singh. Aiden Memorica Devi. Next we have Aiden Nisuba. Aiden Nisuba. Next we have Angelina. Next we have Vaishnav Rojita Devi. Anmol Esther Devi. Rajmani Nintozam. Rajmani Nintozam. Lakshmi Nintozam. Lakshmi Nintozam. Thank you, ma'am, for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a total list. This is a total list of 43 internally displaced marks and have been awarded consolation prizes by PINSA. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, I would like to invite Madam Kamini to award the beneficiaries of Sustainable Livelihood Mission. May I call upon Yuna Mini, Yuna Kremina, and Kokchon Damayanti to on the stage. Yuna Mini, ladies and gentlemen, Yuna Mini, the beneficiaries are weavers, of Sustainable Livelihood Mission of PINSA. Ms. Mini, a beneficiary of Sustainable Livelihood Mission, say is awarded A1. Next we have Bunyan. John Gamayini. Madam, this is a small token from INSA recognizing your change to life. Thank you so much for attending. Now moving forward, may I now call upon Dr. T.H. Singh, Chairman and Managing Director, the Bina Group of Companies, INFA, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you. Good morning. Chief guest, Officer of Camera and other dignitaries of the dais, distinguished invitees, delegates, the students, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, let me thank the organizers for the first national conference on role of Techno-Science and social science in transforming life and society towards achieving sustainable development goals. And I think it is a great privilege to be present here during this inaugural program. My short speech will be covering a different subject matter, not related with the theme of this conference, not related with techno-science and social science, and sustainable development goals. Let me speak for the benefit of our students who are present here, and I would apologize to the senior, the colleagues and other friends and dignitaries who are present here, because this will be more of related with the unemployment issues and skill development, entrepreneurship in the state, and try to cover it up in a short 10 minutes time that I have been given. As we all know that competition is becoming tougher and tougher. I would give an example where MBBS course, there were few, maybe around 200, 300 applicants. There was no competitive examination based only on the marks that we scored during our class 11, then followed by pre-medical, and the selection was done. That was not very time. Now, as of today, 2025, if someone reviews the national eligibility entrance test need for getting admission to MBBS and BDS course, 22 lakhs students appear for the exam all over the country. 22 lakh, more than 2 million students appear for about 1 lakh seat. Annually, there are about 1 lakh seats for the MBBS. So that's the degree of competition. Then again, for the engineering, for about 60,000 seats all over the country. That's also equally competitive. Let's talk about the most prestigious UPSC examination. Annually, there are about 1,000 seats. But the people who appear for the exam is up to tune of around 13 lakhs. That shows the degree of competition for the administrative service. So that's going to be very, very competitive. And it's true for all the people who are here, especially the students, that we have to prepare ourselves, we have to survive, because there will be always a struggle. The struggle for existence, survival for the fittest. The Darwin's concept of struggle for existence and survival for the fittest still holds true. Because only those people who are fit and can compete in the prevailing situation will survive and come out as the successful people. So let's always consider and then plan properly, study properly, and work hard. There's no replacement for the hard work. Let's take unemployment issues in Manipur, as we all know. Approximately 30 lakh population in the state. There are about 4.5 lakh educated youths unemployed. That's up to the tune of around 50% of the educated youths are not employed. The government of Manipur can accommodate maximum up to around 1 lakh jobs. That's already saturated and occupied. And that's a big option for the remaining people who are educated. And this education level is starting from basic, maybe school dropouts, up to the level of masters. The wide range of the education they have. So, depending on their educational level, they should start planning and thinking and then doing whatever is possible. Because we cannot all the time look for the government job, because the government job has a limitation. There's no harm in trying, but even if you do not get a government job, don't be disappointed. And people think in our state that those who are not able to get government service are the unfortunate people. Yes, definitely they are unfortunate people because they have been trying to get government job for a long, long time and are unable to get it. Then that should not be the end of life, but we should continue working. And what should be the next option? The next option is self-employment. I should be able to create my own job. And to create my own job, one has to learn some skills. And here comes the role of skill training. And skilling is very, very important to get appointment, to get job. At the same time, to have my own business, we need some degree of skill training. Skill is what is, we will say that is one part of the employability qualities of a person. It does not mean that if someone is BA or MA, the job is guaranteed. It's nothing like that. Let me just take an example in our setting. When we call for an interview for the receptionist, there is one candidate with master's degree, another candidate is graduate, another candidate is 12 pass, with a training in hospitality and then soft skill. Naturally, we always prefer someone who has been trained in some skill. So instead of selecting the master or graduate, we choose the 12 pass with a specific training suitable for the job. This is how we select. So skilling is very important. Unfortunately, in the country India, the skill training has been always lagging behind. With 1.2 billion population, there is only 2.7% skilled people in the country. We compare with South Korea, the skilled population is around 95%. In Japan, it's around 72%. So that's the level of skilling in those countries. So unemployment in Japan, South Korea are extremely low because of the properly skilled people who can also employ by themselves, not seeking to somebody. If someone has skill, then can start an enterprise. Starting an enterprise means he himself is employed there. At the same time, he can create a job for others. So instead of becoming a job seeker all the time, running after the organizations or the other sectors for getting a job, you can become a job keeper. There are a lot of options why should we go for the skilling, and I will not go into details, there is a time constraint. And once if you are skilled and you are determined, if you have the plan, you have the minimum resources, then you can become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur can establish an enterprise, and then definitely your entrepreneurship can grow, employ more people, create more jobs, like that. And in the country India, MSME plays very important role. MSME stands for small and medium enterprises. The maximum number of industries that we have in the country is MSMEs. And MSMEs play a very, very important role in the country's economy and also in employment generation. So we need to have more MSMEs in our state. If we have more MSMEs in our state, we will generate more jobs and we will also contribute to the economic growth of the state. But it's easier said than done. I have been saying, go for training, but still, come back, start your enterprise. Very easy to say. But starting is easy, but sustenance is what is difficult. So the failure rates are very high, but don't be disappointed. You may fail once, twice, or even thrice. But you can definitely come up if you plan properly, work harder, remove your mistakes, correct your mistakes, and then again try. So then at the end, you can become a successful entrepreneur. And to conclude, once again, competition is order of the day. My dear students, please remember, competition is order of the day. Be prepared for competition. And you will be struggling in all stages of life, and only the fittest person will survive. So be the fittest persons. This is what I would like to appeal to you. And to conclude, let me thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be present here and to say a few words to the gathering. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting vividly the competitive landscapes in different jobs and the importance of developing skills and entrepreneurship industry, and also emphasizing the importance of creating jobs and exploring other options other than government jobs. Sir has also vividly explained the role of MSMEs and its importance. Now, I take this opportunity to humbly invite Srimati Kengu Juringla, Secretary, Science and Technology, and Member Secretary, Government of Manipur, to share her views and insights on this esteemed platform. Madam, please.
Good morning, everyone. I pay my due respects to all the dignitaries on the dais, the resource speakers for the conference, all teachers and professors of this university present here, the organizers of this conference, and all the students present here. The conference, the national conference, running on the theme, role of techno-science and social science in transforming life and society towards achieving sustainable development goals, is being jointly organized by the Manipur University, Pan-India Manipuri Military Scientists and Academicians Association of Manipur, and Manipur Science and Technology Council, of which I represent as the member secretary. I am happy to partner with you all in organizing this conference. It is so encouraging to hear the humble beginnings of PIMSA and how, through determination, they have not given up and they kept the flame burning, and here they are today with a more and more milestones in their future endeavors. Today, in this 3 days national conference, we will be deliberating on different things that we cover on science, environment, and education, agriculture, media, and such other important topics. We know that this conference is to help bring together the academia, the industry, environment, and development changes for societal benefit. This conference is to provide a platform for meaningful interactions and knowledge sharing among scientists, researchers, social scientists, engineers, medical practitioners, and students from various fields across India and Manipur. This conference will help raise the awareness about career opportunities in multiple fields, to facilitate the interaction with delegates, to explore potential collaborations, and provide valuable guidance that will benefit the people of this region and the nation as a whole. The various topics that will be covered during this conference will be presented by distinguished keynote speakers. We urge the students to participate actively, keeping your focus on the various topics that are presented to you, and also to ensure that you imbibe as much as you can, and I am sure this will be very profitable for each of you. Mastech is committed to encourage the students, the researchers, the innovators to explore ways and means, and also to encourage you to help see the potential that you have and the contributions that you can make to better improve the society and also to bring about greater access to the applicability of science in our daily lives. We have heard stories of cities out of deserts. This is possible because of someone who dared to dream, who dared to innovate. And this is the challenge that is placed before you students, that is placed before you innovators, that is placed before you researchers, as you explore into the realm of science, into the realm of all possibilities. And I am sure that
and Sashi of MS Pukal. Can we have Mr. Dhalendra Singh and Ms. Pukal? Can we have Mr. Dhalendra Singh and Mr. Sashi on stage? Mr. N. Lupendra Sashi on stage. Mr. N. Lupendra Singh to present them with a laying down. This felicitation is in recognition of the encouragement and support to the conference and the Krebs Award that these two generous persons have provided. They are the sponsors of the first, second and third prizes of Krebs Award, as well as 20 cartons of voucher for this conference. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. And now it is time.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, sponsors. Now, I invite Professor N. Lokendra Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University, and the chief guest of today's inaugural function to address this August gathering. So please.
Distinguished members on the dais, esteemed Vice Chancellor at Techno University, Professor W. Sanbabu Singh, who has left this auditorium because of some important commitment that he has kept. Srimati Kenu Jorimla, IAS, Secretary Government of Manipur, and the Member Secretary Mastek, Dr. T.S. W. Singh, Chairman and the Managing Director, Babina Group of Companies, Sri Rajkumar Sri Ranjan Kumar Singh Khaidem, President, Pan India Manipuri Meitei Scientists and the Academician Association, Professor N. Damayanti Devi, Dean School of Agriculture, Dr. K.S. Rakesh, Director Mastek, Science and Technology, Complex, IFA, learned deans of the universities, learned heads, all the learned members of the faculties, officers of the university, awardees of Krebs Award, recipients of the consolation prizes, distinguished invitees, friends from the media, and ladies and gentlemen. I must congratulate the organizers for bringing in the idea of interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, along with developing technologies towards attempting to meet different kinds of problems all across the globe. This particular 3 days seminar will be giving opportunities to a good number of our academics, scientists, researchers from different streams, cutting across schools and disciplines, social science, basic sciences, applied sciences, humanities, to grapple with the problem of the ongoing challenges that the entire global community is facing, in particular people who are in the margins and who are in the periphery are facing in coming to some kind of understanding and the requirements of the Sustainable Development Goals. We gather here at a time when the challenges facing our planet are both urgent and unprecedented. Climate change, biodiversity loss, water scarcity, sustainable consumption, and pollution are no longer distant threats. They are realities that affect our daily lives and the future generations. Sustainability is not just a scientific or environmental issue, it is a moral imperative, an economic necessity, and a social responsibility. As we move towards achieving these sustainable development goals, it becomes clear that innovation, resilience, and inclusivity must be at the heart of our efforts. Whether it is promoting renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, circular economies, or equitable education, our strategies must be rooted in long-term thinking.
You also emphasize on sustainability as a social responsibility, where ideas meet affection and innovation leads to sustainable solutions. We also thank you for your support in organization of this conference and future conference to be organized. Thank you so much. As we come to the conclusion of the inaugural session, I now invite Dr. K.H. Rakesh, Director, Mastech, Science and Technology, Imphal, to deliver vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Actually, it is my great pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on this special occasion. First, I would like to thank our heartfelt thanks to our esteemed chief guest of this function, Professor N. Lokendra Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur University,